What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at some Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Deluxe figures. So first up over here we have Raptor, which looks pretty cool. So we get a guy with a bird-like outfit, a part of Cobra. He comes with a falcon as well. That looks really cool. He'll come with a set of wings and like a bird headdress and stuff. So a lot of cool things for him. I'm excited for that. Then we also have another Dreadnought added to the collection with Road Pig, which looks pretty cool. This bigger, fatter guy carries some big weapons, has a cool mask and everything, and comes with a pet of Ruckus, his pit bull. So awesome to have that. And then finally, we also have the Deluxe Nemesis Immortal, which looks really cool. So a member from Cobra Law looks pretty cool there with the big bat wings and weird creature design for him. There's some pictures of him if you don't know what he looks like. So weird for that, but from the G.I. Joe movie. So that's pretty cool to have him as well. So very awesome for these three deluxe figures that I'm excited to check out. Each one has their own unique things that I'm excited to look at. So let me get them open and out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. Well, let's start off with Raptor, whose real name is Chip Talon. Now, he was a white-collar tax consultant that got into falconry, so birds of prey became his life. He would begin using his birds for hunting and poaching, as well as breeding to produce an outfit made of feathers. And he was brought into Cobra by Destro, and he makes his birds attack the G.I. Joes. Now, he looks cool here. I like this design a lot. I really like with the feathers and like the mask design. It reminds me a lot of like Robin. It'd be like if Robin decided like try and wear an actual more bird inspired outfit. So he has like the domino mask like Robin has, and the head kind of looks like an older version of Robin with the shaved sides and longer hair back, and then more feathers as well, like I said, like a Robin. So that's what it reminds me of. So he has this little vest on with the feathers, which look pretty nice. With the darker, we got black, looks like dark brown, and like a tan or cream color sort of feathers there. He has a necklace around his neck with a little red jewel, and I assume a tattoo there on his chest. So this big line design looks pretty nice. A little bit of smudge there, unfortunately, in our midsection, but it looks good overall. And then has some tattoo designs there on his arms as well. Then he's got his gauntlets on again, more like feathery design, some feathers sticking out top and leather there. Looks pretty nice. Another red jewel and gloves on, which has nice like textures to him and stuff, as you can see. Then we get a belt around his waist with a nice bird on it there, so nice big silver bird. Oh, even some more tattoos there down his back. And of course has a holster off to the side with the brown pants, has some straps and pockets and everything going around there all the way down to his boots. So has the leather boots, but have bird stuff as well, some more feathers at the top and some bird like feet designs on the tips of the toes, so that's pretty nice as well. So just overall nice design, inspiring, taking a lot of the bird motif and putting it on him, and it just looks good overall. But for movements, we'll get his head, they'll twist all the way around. Can look down that far and up that far, so again, not too much movements. Now the neck does have the lower joint that does allow some movement back and forth, but overall not too much with that dumbbell joint. Then we get the shoulders that come up. Now, unfortunately, there's something with him that we have a lot of issues with the shoulders. We've even heated them up, and even after heating them for a while, they still are hard to move. So it's hard to really get them to bend up and even trying to do all the shoulder tricks of like pushing down and lifting up. Like nothing really seems to work. So I can only really go that far, but it should go all the way up to 90. There's just something with his shoulders that doesn't cooperate for some reason, but it has the butterfly joint back and forth. Of course, can't really see it too much, but it does move back and forth and will twist around within there. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that bends up that far, so not too bad. The wrist will twist all the way around, and this one has a hinge, which is all locked up, but it does hinge up and down. You can see that joint in there, like I said, just all locked up, unfortunately. Then we get his ab crunch, so it has the ab crunch cut out there, so crunch forward, crunch back, so nice crunching back and forth. And then at the waist, he also crunches back and forth a little and will twist all the way around. Then we go down to the hips, they'll come up to 90 and out to the side. Get a thigh twist, they'll twist all the way around just above the strap there. We get the double knee joint that'll bend up real stiff in that joint as well, but bend up that far to like not far at all from kicking his butt. Then we get a shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot will flex back and forth. And again, the feet are real stiff as well, but it'll flex back and forth some and twist side to side. So overall, not too bad. It's just really stiff in a lot of joints. Like I said, we even heated them up, which you usually don't have to do very often. It's very rare for G.I. Joe figures, but for some reason, he is just all locked up and not working out. So hopefully he'll be the exception to this and not all of them going forward. But yeah, just a lot of stiff joints, and even after heating, they're real stiff. So not sure what they did different with him, but he does look good overall, which is what I care about. Now he comes with a number of accessories, especially bird related accessories. So first we get a headpiece for him that's got a bird design, so it looks pretty nice with like the falcon design to it. At least I assume it's all going to be a falcon, but looks good with the nice beak. The eyes all looks very realistic and has all the feathers that match. So we can set this down on his head, and so it sort of matches in there with his vest, so that looks really cool. So love that design. Sits a little too high up it seems like, but it won't go down any further, but overall still looks pretty decent. Then we get some weapons. So first we get a knife, so we get this nice penknife design there with the black handle that we can put, I think he has a spot here, yeah, on his thigh pad on the right that we can slide this down into, so store right in there. And he also comes with a pistol, so just a nice pistol. Looks like most all black with a little bit of silver up top. And we have a holster for that on the left side here, so around his waist, hanging off there, so we get that. And then for weapons I'm going to give him, he comes with these claws, which look pretty cool. So nice claw attachments we can put into his hand with the claws coming off. So let's put these on. So there I got the claws on in hand. Not very well though. I have a lot of issues getting them slid up where I think they should be. So a lot of times they're just barely hanging in his hands there. So again, a lot of issues with this. Don't know why they won't slide up any further, but just having issues getting those on. He also comes with General Ledger, which is his falcon, which looks pretty nice. Love how it has the little hat design, you know, so they don't attack with like the little fur up top. Of course, his beak, the talons there with the little spike that we can stick onto his arms, and he's just sort of sitting there stoked. So we can put his arm up to put that on it. So you can have General Ledger sitting on his arm like that. So like we've seen in the past with Spirit and everything. And then finally, he comes with a set of wings. Now in the old figures, he would come with like wings, you know, that look like birds and stuff. But this time we get these nice big mechanical wings, you know, look like they're straight from Marvel Legends with like Falcon or Vulture's wings. But we get the nice big wings. They're all in metal, so nice silver tips on them. Dark colors going into the more tannish cream colors there. Love especially for like the boosters or whatever. So like engine pieces. The orange there as well, so we get those pieces all over. So it looks pretty nice. There's what they look like from the back. And then we can spin around to the front. So again, with the little fan blades and everything like we've had with the Vulture wings and stuff. So it looks pretty nice. And these do have some movements or like articulation. So like the end of the wings here can move up and down. You can adjust. Then we get a fold back and forth and another fold back and forth. And that's attached onto a beast that can raise up and down, so you can sort of get them bent around and folded and everything. So you get a lot of range with those that we can adjust. But let's bake this into his back. So there's Raptor with the wings on his back. Now I just sort of fold him around, kind of like protecting him there. So that looks pretty cool. So like I said, overall, I do really like this figure. Like I love the look and everything about it. It just has a lot of issues functioning. Like I said, the figure itself has a lot of issue with the joints being stiff. Then trying to get the claws onto his hands aren't working out. The hat set's a little too weird. Like I said, a little too high up and it won't go down any further. But the wings are the only thing that really work out pretty nice. And then like having the Falcon as well for his arm. So there's good things about it. It's just a lot of issues with this figure. So like I said, hopefully this isn't a sign of everything going forward with the G.I. Joes, and hopefully this is just a one-off with all the issues, but it still looks really cool. So I'm disappointed with how cool this looks that it doesn't work out better. And next up, we've got Road Pig, who is Donald DeLuca. He's the most fearsome of the Dreadnoks, with immense strength, violent temper, and antisocial behavior. He is more obnoxious and smells worse than all the other members of the Dreadnoks, but they couldn't just kick him out, so they decided to put him on a probationary status. Now, he looks really cool here, being this big, chunky figure. He's a big figure. Of course, I'll bring in all the Dreadnoks, and you'll see his size, especially like he's much bigger. I don't know much about height or whatever, but he still looks pretty good. So we get his face there, you know, just looks relatively decent. Nothing wrong with the face, but I love how he's got the flat top with the blonde up top and then a little bit of red there on the side designs. Then he has earrings hanging off that look like a little dagger, a little like spike or something hanging off there with the big shoulder pads on, so it almost looks like football pads or something there with some padding around it. We get a big skull attached to this side over here as well with spikes on it, so that looks nice. And otherwise he's shirtless, so we see the rest of his body, so he's got a big belly there with Dreadnoks tattoo. We get the Anarchy logo, certified grade A ham on the one side, and on the other side we just get a chain tattoo and then a bomb with wings that says pork bomb. So that's pretty funny, as that very like on brand, have a lot of pig motif. Then we get the pants that look a lot like the other Dreadnoks, so it looks like almost got like blue jeans or something with probably like a leather chaps over the top of that in black. Love how it's like the codpiece protection there with the brown leather with the studs, belt around the waist with a pig on the buckle there, and the studded belt going all the way around. Again, like I said, there's pretty much chaps. We get a thigh strap here on the side with what look almost like arrows, not exactly sure what those are. And then down to his boots, get the boots with a lot of metal on them. So we get this big metal knee pad as well. It looks almost like a big pig head with tusk, just metal with stud on the other side. And then like I said, the boots there with brown has all the metal on the tips and on the front and stuff. So a lot of guards going on there. So like I said, a big chunky guy. Oh, there's his crossbow. Yeah, so as I forgot, on his other arm he has the crossbow attachment, so it does make sense that he has arrows there to go into the crossbow. So he has a little tiny crossbow permanently attached onto his arm there. So that looks pretty cool and decent overall. Just a big chunky guy. But for movements, we'll get his head that'll twist all the way around. Look down that far and up the far. Again, not a whole lot of range. He does look more up there, but still not a whole lot of range. Then we go to the shoulders. May go with this side since it's more open. So shoulders up to 90 with the butterfly back and forth. And we'll rotate all the way around. We get the bicep twist and the double elbow. That's a little stiff, but it'll bend up that far, which isn't bad. Then we get the wrist that'll twist all the way around. And this one has the hinge. Looks like up and down. Yeah, you can move it there a little back and forth. Then we go to his ab crunch. front, so we can see is just above his belly there. He'll crunch back and forth a little and twist all the way around. And then at the waist again, crunch very little and should be able to twist, but it feels like he's stuck close. So just a little side to side, it feels like. Then we go down to his hips. That'll come up to 90 and out to the side. See those drop down hips there and push back up. Thigh twist, so just under the strap there, and the double knee joint. That'll bend up that far to the back, so not too bad at all, especially for a bigger, chunkier guy. And then we get the shin twist at the top of the boot, and the foot will flex back and forth and twist side to side. So overall, much better movements on him, so that does make me happy. Hopefully the accessory will work out decently, because yeah, I thought for bigger I'd have a lot more issues, but he actually works out pretty decent. You know, still some stiffness in some joints, but moves a lot easier. But then we get his accessories. So first we get additional head. So we get this head with like the mouth sort of open, like he could be yelling or anything, which would be nice. I do like this head design, but with his accessories, I don't really need that. So first we get a mask we can put on. So we get this nice mask. So it looks like it's got the tusks and stuff on it. So we can put this on him. So there's that mask on him, which looks pretty nice. Like that design a lot. Looks really cool there. And of course, like how he has the mask, since it said he was like the smelly. So with that, he can't smell himself, which would be nice, I guess. But that looks pretty cool. But we do also get a whole head that we can switch out that comes with this big mask. So it's got this big pig head mask. I love how it has the old military style helmet with the spikes on, horns up top, the big pig like face with the red eyes there, and the snout coming down and with the stud in it and the like leather hanging down around it as well. So it's a whole headpiece we can switch out. So let's put that on. So there's what that mask looks like, which looks pretty cool and does fit pretty well on the body. So that's really cool. If you want to have more pigged out there, that looks pretty awesome. But I think I probably like the other faces more, but that just looks really cool. Now he comes with a number of weapons. So he does come with his signature weapon, at least I'd call signature. His old figure came with it, which is the cinder block hammer. So we get the nice big hammer with the cinder block end on it. So that looks awesome. So let's put this in his hand. So there he's got the cinder block hammer, so that looks really cool. He also comes with a meat hook, so get this nice big spiky meat hook that we can put into his hand. So let's put that in this other hand. So there's Road Pig with that meat hook as well, so that looks pretty cool. But it's really awesome if we don't want to give him the classic cinder block. We do also get this boar hammer, which looks really cool. So very nice. That comes with a big pig head on the one end, you know, almost like the meat tenderizer on the other end, spikes on the top of that. Just looks really cool with the design red on the handle, spike on the end. So that's just a big hammer. So especially with like that helmet and stuff, I feel this would be a good upgrade. But for him, I just like the classic cinder block hammer, so I'll probably just leave that. But this is a cool upgrade if you want to have more modern design. And then last thing he comes with is a shield. So he comes with a nice big shield that says good luck with the pig head on it. And so it looks like the shield we've got in the past, especially with like Shockwave and stuff. So just all in black. Love how it has like caution designs and then again that sticker there up top. So we could put that into his hand as well if we want to give that accessory. But I think the way he is here just looks awesome. So like I said, the only thing I'd probably do different is switch to one of the other heads, but just with that head as well, still looks awesome. But of course with this pack, he also comes with this pet of Raucous, which is a pit bull. So it looks very nice. Another animal design we get here from Hasbro. So a pit bull this time. So we get the big head of the pit bull with the little ears. Love how he has the scar going down his face. Of course, in this, he looks really scared just with the mouth design and the eyes and all that. He looks like he's super scared, but has a studded collar around his neck and then nice designed with the brown with the white on the bottom and his paws there as well. So it looks really good and a little stubby tail, of course. But we can do his movement. So his head should look up and look down there and can twist all the way around. Then we go to the next section, so it can go down and up there, so movement back and forth, and it'll twist as well. We get the front leg, so move forward and back there and in and out a little. Then we get the first like elbow that'll bend forward. Again, a little bit stiff there, but bend that far forward and have rotation. Then down to the foot, or like what did it say, close to like ankle joint, that can move back and forth, just that there. And then the actual foot itself or paw can move back and forth and twist side to side. So you get that arrangement. Of course, we get the like toe beans on the bottom there. So nice for that. Then we go back and we get a midsection, so you can crunch back and forth. So like wag the tail and twist around and crunch up and down. And then we get the legs to move back and forth, in and out as well. That knee joint that goes back. Again, that's real stiff. I can either go back that far at least. And it has the rotation. Of course, that joint again, that rocks back and forth. And then the paw again will move back and forth and twist side to side. So good movements overall. Of course, we've seen all these before, so nothing really new about it, just in a different design with this pit bull design to it. So it looks pretty good. And then it also comes with an additional head. So we get just like a stoic head, which I think looks much better. But of course, I wanted to be mean and angry to go along with Road Pig here. But like I said, it just unfortunately with the eyes makes him look more scared than anything. But I'll just leave that head on to try and look as ferocious as it can. So overall, Road Pig coming with Raucous there is really cool and nice to get another pet to go along with our G.I. Joes. And now that we have Road Pig, we can add him in with the rest of the Dreadnoks. So there's all our members currently of the Dreadnoks in the classified series. So they're getting the group built out all nice here with 7 members so far. So looks really cool. And of course, there's many more to come, but really awesome just to be able to add Road Pig now because he's definitely one of my favorite looking characters of the group. So awesome to add him into the Dreadnoks. And our final figure today is Nemesis Immortal, which is the winged enforcer of Globulus and Cobra Law. And I don't really know much more about that. I know it was in G.I. Joe, the movie, in Cobra Law, so they had a lot of weird characters there. And of course, now we get Nemesis Immortal from that, which looks awesome. Of course, he does look more modern with this design, so he doesn't look exactly like he did in the old days, but still looks cool here. So I assume he's like a snake-like creature or something along those lines, like all the other characters. So he has like the snake texture, but in purple this time, so it comes up around his head and a little down his nose. He's got weird-looking eyes in there as well. And we get the purple running down his body underneath, so they're midsection down the legs. He has some around on the wrists as well, and I assume it goes all the way down. Yeah, you can see it there at his knees, but he then has like this armor on over the top, so almost like, I want to say like a carapace or like a hardened shell and stuff. So we get some in white sort of here up on his shoulders, up on his chest there as well, so you get the nice like layered design, especially with this around his neck, but then the red like hard shell armor there that goes all the way around, looks pretty nice. We get gloves as well, so nice gauntlet pieces with these big spikes coming off the edge, so that looks pretty cool. Love like the underwear design with the red as well. Again, it looks all just like sort of like some sort of creature design, like a scorpion or some sort of made around him. And then the armor on the legs, so from the thighs all the way down to the feet, where I love how he's got the 2 like spiked toes there as well, red on the knee pads and then red on the back of the legs as well, and love the segmented design, all that. And then he has these thigh holsters as well. Of course, it will be used for storage, but nice texture to them, so just a lot of cool looks to this figure itself. But for his movements, we get his head that'll twist all the way around. So twist around there, got a little stuck, and look down that far and up that far. So again, not a whole lot of range, and his neck does have some movement down in there as well, but still not a whole lot. Then we get the shoulders that will come up and should get up to 90. Just got to worry about his armor there up on his shoulder, and then of course the spike, so it's kind of interacting with each other. But you get at least close to 90, and it has the butterfly joint back and forth, and then of course we'll rotate around within there. You just got to worry about this armor piece moving around with it. Then we get the bicep twist and the double elbow joint that'll bend up that far, which isn't bad at all. And then below the elbow, the gauntlet does twist all the way around, so we get that moving. Then down to the wrist will twist all the way around and has the hinge up and down for this hand. Then we go to his ab crunch, so we get the upper ab crunch, so it'll crunch back and forth and twist all the way around. And then the lower ab crunch, so crunch a little at the waist and twist all the way around there as well. Then we go down to the hip, that'll come up to 90 and out to the side, so as the drop down hip. We get a thigh twist, so just behind the armor piece here, it will twist all the way around. Then we get the double knee joint that'll bend up to the back of that far, which isn't too bad for the big chunky guy again. No shin twist or anything since he doesn't really have boots or whatever. But then we go down to his foot, which he has real stiff, but can rock back and forth there and twist side to side. So not bad for the movements. Like I said, another big guy like this. So like Road Pig, they move pretty good, just a little stiffness in the joints. So nothing out of the ordinary, but not as bad as Raptor, thankfully. But overall, he just looks cool. Nice big guy like this again. Now for accessories, we do get a number of things to go along with him. So first we get a head that has more armor on him. So again, more of like that carapace armor or whatever it is. Just more white out like bone armor. It looks pretty cool. We can switch this out. So there he's got the armor and helmet on, which looks pretty decent. He comes with additional hands, so we get them in fist form as well. So if we want to have fists, then go into his weapons, we get a pair of swords. So we get these nice sword designs. Again, that have the white that looks like, you know, the armor that's around him, but with some red details in it as well, almost like a blood design. But looks like bone as well, coming out to the side. Almost looks like wings, like part of a bat wing with the little hooks on them or something there. So we get those. Now I do believe these would stick down into the holsters here on his leg. So you can store those down in there. Not sure if I got them in the right direction or not, but you just get those stored there. But we can obviously put these into his hands as well. So there you can hold on to those swords, so they look pretty cool. Of course, they're hard to get in his hands. Not sure exactly how they go, because I felt they felt better twist around the other way, but the blades, you know, are here towards the front, so it didn't really work out that well. So I twist him around and had some more issues getting him to hold it, but he still will hold him there, so nothing major or anything. But those 2 swords make him look cool. Now we get some back attachments as well for him. So we get this set of tentacles, like when I read about it, said like a Cthulhu-like monster, but we get these 8 tentacles, so like an octopus coming out, and we get this like carapace sword design on the back, little beak here as well. So looks pretty cool that we can attach this onto his back. So just get all these bendy tentacles, so they have the holes in it, so we can get them bent around. So that'll just plug into his back like that. And like I said, we can get those adjusted and do whatever we want with that. So adds that little detail, which is cool. But what's even cooler is we also get a set of bat wings that we can attach onto him so he can fly around. So let's take the tentacles off and put this on. So there he's got that back attached as well, which I like how it's almost designed to me like a spider. Like it looks like it's got the little fangs in the front and like the tail of the spider there in the back. We'll get the wings coming off to the side now. And it's funny they have movement, so I can get them up to 90 degrees there. And they even have like a butterfly joint, and of course would rotate around. Has like the bicep twist as well, that'll twist around, and then there's like the elbow, and those will twist around. You can get those adjusted. So pretty funny how it almost has like the normal arm joints but on a thing like this. So pretty cool. So we get the big bat wings there as well, that'll stick off of his back, and we can get those adjusted and everything. And like I said, you can obviously choose between the bat wings or those tentacles, whichever you think would look cooler on the shelf with him. So there we have the Nemesis Immortal all kitted out now with his accessories, looking pretty cool. Like I said, I always feel weird with this sort of stuff, like with G.I. Joes, because I don't feel they fit enough. Like they always get too awkward, like bringing in the more like creature designs, you know, compared to just like army soldiers. But I do think as a figure itself, this looks cool. Like you could this and really put it with any shelf, like Marvel Legends or anything, you know, just a bad guy for characters to fight, because he looks really cool. Doesn't really scream out like G.I. Joe or anything, but he looks awesome overall. But as I mentioned, he's a guy from Cobra Law. So the one other Cobra Law sort of thing we have is Serpentor. Of course, he's on his sled, so he's way too big there. But we have Serpentor, which of course was in the movie as well. So we now have Nemesis Mortal to go with Serpentor there as part of Cobra Law. So awesome to have him. Like I said, nice big figure, nice awesome design to him. Doesn't really fit with the G.I. Joes in my opinion, but it still looks cool as a figure itself overall. Well, that's it for our G.I. Joe Classified Series Deluxe figures, where we got Raptor, the Dreadnought Road Pig, and Nemesis Immortal. All three are really cool. Love the designs and looks of each one. Nothing wrong with the looks at all. Really like Raptor with his wings and the bird motif, all that sort of stuff. Like I said, had a lot of issues with the figures, unfortunately. Road Pig was awesome. Probably the best figure out of this, just because I love the look and design, the additional helmet, the weapons, all that stuff he comes with. Really cool, so love Road Pig. And Nemesis Immortal looks awesome. Like I said, I never liked that he goes with G.I. Joe, but as a figure itself and like a big monster creature design thing, he looks awesome and works out pretty decently. Just like I said, for G.I. Joe is really awkward when we get into that stage. But overall, all three are really cool. Love all three figures. I just wish Raptor's body itself would work out a little better. But let me know what you thought of these three down in the comments. And if you enjoyed my review, let me know with that like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.